Yes, it's Denice Zamboanga. Really good to see you, Denice. How you doing? It has been a while. It's been almost a year since you last fight, and now you're back. Emotional roller coaster, I imagine, but good to have you back. How's it going?
Yeah, feeling awesome.
I hear you've just come from a load of interviews. How's media going?
It's okay. I'm getting used to it.
James Goyder alongside me. James, you've been covering Denice for many years. 27 years old. You're coming off 2 wins. Noelle Grandjean has stepped in to replace Stamp. What's it been like for you? Because I was there when you and Stamp were in the ring. Everyone was so excited for this fight. But how's it been for you emotionally? You're going to fight your friend. You're going to fight for the belt. It's not happening. Are you going to fight and then you get a replacement opponent? Can you just talk us through the timeline and what's been going through your mind?
Um, I'm a bit of I'm a bit disappointed about what happened. Of course. I'm also like feel bad about Stamp. Feel sorry about Stamp because she trained very hard for that match, but unfortunately she injured. But I'm also grateful that one championship find a replacement, so I can still fight on 1167.
So, Andy, he asked you about the timeline there. I'm really intrigued to know. When Stamp got injured, did she pick up the phone? Did she tell you herself in person, or did you find out about it, like the rest of us for a one championship statement?
I found it. I found that with one championship, they told me about that Stamp is injured, and then they have to get me a replacement opponent. And yeah, after I received the call about one championship, I immediately messaged Stamp that about her injury.
And it must feel like it's been a long time now since you were promised that title shot at Angela Lee. And then, of course, Angela Lee got pregnant. And then everyone saw you beat Seo Hee Ham in the quarterfinal of the Grand Prix. Of course, they didn't give you the decision. Now, again, you had the shot at the belt, and then Stamp's got injured at the last minute. Do you feel like you're on a little bit of a run of bad luck there?
I could say that maybe it's not my time. Because there's a lot of like what they call that, like struggles, and what do you call that, there's a lot of,
Adversity, perhaps?
yeah, something like that. But yeah, I'm just think positive that it's not my time yet. Maybe maybe I need to train more for that championship.
So in Noelle Grandjean, you're facing a very different opponent. When did you find out it was going to be her, and what's your reaction to facing Noelle, somebody ranked outside the top 5?
I think fighting Noel, we actually trained before. We also like friends, and we trained together also before. But yeah, I think it's really hard to get a replacement, and then it's like short notice. It's really hard to other opponent to accept, because maybe they're thinking like under number two, and then they don't want to lose their opportunity. They want to have like full comp when they fight with me, when they, yeah. So I think Noel only the girl who accepted the offer.
So you think there are some other opponents that turned the fight down, or there are some other opponents that turned the fight down?
I'm not sure, but that's what I'm thinking. Like,
Okay, but you don't know who
no,
else
no,
the fight was
no,
offered to, no?
no.
Okay. And I wanted to ask about the timeline, because obviously it's like May the 27th now. I think we're about 10 days away from the show. When did you find out that you wouldn't be fighting Stamp?
I think May 20. I no, May 18, something like that.
So very late in the day. How obviously Noelle Grandjean, she's a totally different type of opponent, isn't she? Because she comes from that judo background. You know,
Yeah.
their Stamp is really like out and out Muay Thai. How difficult is that to be preparing for one opponent and then to have to fight someone who's got like a totally different style?
I actually didn't change a lot of with my training, but the game plan is not that different because I saw her last fight before. I saw her recent fight. I saw her opponent dominated her in wrestling, and that's my advantage. So I think I could use my wrestling to dominate her.
What was it like training with her at Fairtex? Did you guys spar together? How did the sparring go with her?
Yeah, we spar together because we're all the girls needs to spar in the sparring. So every MMA training we have to spar everyone, and then when I spar with her, her striking is is really good. Her boxing is nice, but her judo, I like the way she used her judo skills in our sparring.
So you left Maroc Force in 2022, and then now you train with your brother. Is that right? So how
Yeah.
has training been for you over the last year since we last saw you against Julie Mazababa?
The training is going very well, and yeah, because my brother and my fiance Fritz are focusing on my mostly on my game. They're really focusing on my striking, on my wrestling, and also my grappling game. And then I like how we train here because I can handle my own time and schedule.
So let me ask about the fight with Mezababa. Was that the fight that she got popped for all the PEDs? Was it the fight with you when she failed the drug tests?
Yeah, that's the one.
How did it? Obviously,
Both
you
of
beat her, but how did that make you feel?
I don't know. Both of us tested that right after the fight, and then I think few days after she got positive, and then I also got mine, but mine is negative.
Did she feel like exceptionally strong? Did you notice anything different about her, or did that come as a complete shock to you when you found out?
Yeah, I can see because her body is very huge, and then it's like it looks like different, what they call it, looks like different division. She looks like 125 or something. And yeah, when I fight with her, I can feel her body is so strong.
Since you left Maroc Force, have you leveled up? Do you think you've evolved? At 27, often people talk about people's primes. Are you feeling that you're entering your prime now?
Right now, I could say I improve a lot since I'm training here at T-Rex MMA. I could say that.
Have you felt a lot of frustration because it must have been so difficult to mentally prepare and then have everything change on you again? And like you said, you've had some bad luck. Is there a sense that you're going to take this all out on this fight, all that frustration, disappointment, and just put it into the performance?
Like what my fiance told me, um he told me that I really need to show the world or prove the world that I'm the number 2 rank opponent. I'm the champion title contender, and prove them that Noel's skill is different with my skill.
So you guys, you've been engaged for quite a while now. When are you getting married? Are you waiting to win the title first?
Yeah, hope that's our plan. Like after the fight with Stamp, we were supposed to plan about the wedding.
So
So
so it's
also
a
the
lot. It's a
wedding is
lot. It's not just the fight with Stamp that fell through. Your wedding has fallen through as well, is it?
Yeah.
And how is it? So Fritz, obviously, he had a couple of fights with on the Friday night series. He had one when he won like very, very late, didn't he? And it was really dramatic. And I know he's coming off a decision loss, I think, to an Afghan fighter. Is he going to get another shot on one Friday night? So what's going on with his career?
He was supposed to fight this June as well, but he's helping me with my fight camp. So he have to fight different month. So he might fight on July.
What is he? Is he a flyweight or is he a bantamweight? I can't remember.
Bantamweight, I guess.
Okay, so it's a bit of a size
flyweight.
difference.
It's 135.
Okay, yes, a bit of a size difference. But I mean, do you guys train together?
Yeah, of course. We train together. He's one of my main sparring partner.
Okay, I mean, does that make him? Do you ever accidentally give him a black eye in training? Have to apologise to him when you get home? What's it like kind of sparring with your fiance?
It's like the goal is to knock him out. You know.
The goal is to knock him out. Have you ever knocked him out?
No, of course.
You never succeeded. No, still trying.
The division or the weight is different, so it's really hard to knock him out. But that's my goal.
I see, because of the weight difference, because he's got 20 pounds on you, you can really go full power. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But he doesn't feel the same way about you, though. He's not trying to knock you out.
You cannot.
Okay, that's probably for the best.
How important was it that you stayed on this card? I saw your post. You seemed grateful that they found a way, because if you had to wait after missing a whole year, how disappointing would that be for you, missing, like we talked about, your prime? Was it crucial no matter what that you stayed on this card?
For me, yeah, what I said, like, I'm grateful that one championship still give me a chance to fight, because I've been training for the title shot for the championship since December, I guess. So I don't want to waste my training about the title.
And in terms of Stamp, it looks like she's going to be out for a while. Do you think they'll do an interim belt? What do you think should happen there?
Yeah, hopefully when I get the win in June 7, hopefully one championship will give like interim, so the atomweight will not wait too long, and then
Who do you want to face? Who do you want to face for that interim belt then?
I'm not sure any of the rank division.
Really? Who do you think is probably the number one candidate at the moment?
I think the Ham or Sawada, something like that. I think
You say Sawada, sorry?
Yeah.
Obviously she's a wrestler and she's like a decorated wrestler, very, very successful, slightly similar style to you. Is that something that you'd look at and think would maybe be a difficult fight just because she's so similar to you?
I never fight with her skill, like her skill before. I think most of my opponents are strikers, so I think that will be a great challenge for me.
How impressed are you with her? She's kind of come out of nowhere and very quickly established herself just one spot behind you in the rankings.
Yeah, I think because she beat, I think, Jihin and Noel. So I think it's too fast. How many fights did she had in one? I think 3, right?
She's undefeated, but she beat Jihin and then she beat Noel in quick succession.
Yeah, maybe because of her record, because she's undefeated, and then her record was like 8-0. I think because of her
first fight. So I'm just looking there, and obviously Ham Seo-hee is at number 1. I've got to ask you about that first fight with Ham Seo-hee, because you were promised a title shot and then that was snatched away from you. And then you were given the most difficult possible fight in the quarterfinal. And then to all intents and purposes, I mean, you won that fight. I felt you won that fight. And then that was snatched away from you too. I mean, that must have been a really low point. How did you deal with that? How did you cope with that?
For me, I already accepted of what happened. But if there's a chance that we face each other for championship, I'm ready for it.
How did you feel when the decision was announced? I mean, were you must have been quite confident they were going to say your name? I mean, what was your first emotion when you heard them announcing her name?
Of course, I'm quite sad and disappointed because I know that I dominated her in ground, but there's nothing I can do about it, so I just accepted it.
She's 37 years old now. She hasn't fought since the loss to Stamp. Are we running out of time a bit for that to happen? You probably want the best version of her, right?
Yeah, it's quite long time.
But that trilogy fight, that's something you'd like to happen, is it? You'd like to fight her a third time?
I don't want to choose any of my opponent. If anyone will one championship give me, I can fight whoever it is.
We have a comment from Vegan Crane who says, "Does Denice fight pandas?" I suppose the
implication reference, isn't it?
Step in for Stamp if they need you to on that America card.
I think my skills with Jingnan is too different. I can say that her level of striking is different with mine. I don't want to say like I'm confident that I can fight with her, and also I think she's too big for me.
Yeah, I mean that's a big question. I mean, if one championship offered you the fight, could you even put on 10 pounds, or is that something that's just not on your radar?
Maybe if it's atom weight in my weight class, I could accept, but in her division, I don't think so.
Not a straw weight. Okay, no, it's just good to have that level of self-awareness. I think not all fighters do.
Which side of your game do you think has improved the most in the last year? What have you been working on the most?
I work a lot of my jiu-jitsu. I work a lot of my submissions now, and then I improve a lot of my wrestlings, because I think that's what I'm advantage to any of my opponents.
Mentally, you still prepared to face Stamp? Is that still going to happen? Have you heard anything from one that as soon as Stamp's healthy, they're going to make this?
Of course, because I think a lot of people will also looking forward with that fight as well. Not only me, but I think the fans really wants to see that fight.
Have you heard anything about Alyona Rasohinya? What's going on with her? And also Tiffany Teo. I feel like there's been a bit of inactivity in the division. Have you been hearing anything? Are you keeping an eye on it?
I'm not sure about them, but I think Tiffany, she recently, what do you call this, competed at ADCC in Thailand last time. I saw her name. And Alyona, I'm not sure about
She had
her.
a baby, didn't she?
Yeah.
I think she's back in training now.
Yeah.
But I think
that's why I'm confused, because she got pregnant and then she's still in the rank, because there's a lot of atomweight are very active in our division. So I think some of the athletes in our division is deserve to have the ranking.
I think the problem with Tiffany Teo was her last fight. She beat, who was it she beat in her last fight? Was it Ritu Pogat? I think it was Ritu Pogat, but I think she managed to rehydrate. So it's an atom weight fight, and I think she managed to rehydrate to something like 125 pounds. And she was huge on fight night. Basically, she was way over the limit. So if she hasn't been offered a fight for a while, I suspect that's
maybe because she's from strawweight, right?
It was an atom weight fight, but she rehydrated. Like they have. Do they weigh you again on the fight day? Do they?
Sorry, after the fight.
or before the fight, they weigh you again on the fight day, do they?
Yeah, they do.
And you're only allowed to rehydrate a certain amount after the weigh-in, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she went like way over the limit. I can't even remember what it was. She missed
Mm,
it by a mile. So if she hasn't fought for a while, that's possibly the explanation.
yeah, maybe.
I want to ask about MMA in the Philippines these days. So one championship, like, is it on TV there, or do people just watch it on YouTube?
I think we can watch it on YouTube and Facebook.
And Facebook as well. So obviously
Yeah.
Facebook's big, like I said. Do you get a lot of people watching your fights on the Saturday mornings? Do you?
I'm not sure. I think if it's in Prime, sometimes it's not we cannot watch it. I think there's no live if it's like a Prime Video.
Okay, so it's difficult for the people in the Philippines to watch the fights, the Saturday morning fights, is it?
Yeah.
What's the reaction been back home to your fight with Stamp and then everything that happened and now the replacement?
You know, all of my family book a flight to watch to watch me. It's the first time for them to go to the other country. You know, they get their passport, they process their passport, their IDs just to get a passport to watch me fight in Thailand, and then suddenly that happened. They are a bit disappointed, but that is it what it is.
Is that your dog in the background? I can see.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it like is it a poodle?
He's Shih Tzu. He doesn't want to. He always on my side. Doesn't want
Always
to,
on your side. What do you
yeah.
do with her? So when you're flying to fight in Thailand, who looks after your dog?
My mom.
Okay, you got a good dog sitter there, reliable.
Is the family they're still all coming to the fight?
My mom and dad will stay here, but all of my siblings will come with me.
Do you think are you sensing something special? Your last finish was in 2020, right? Is it time to put someone away, do you think? Is Noelle gonna be on the wrong end?
My team is planning to finish the fight. For me to finish the fight, because they want to really prove that I'm the rank opponent, I'm the title contender. So Fritz and Drex wants to prove for me to finish the fight, and not end with decision.
Is that what you're feeling?
I have to. I will.
And when you and Stamp were training together back in the day, did you discuss these scenarios about you both being world champions? And is it crazy to you how it's all panned out?
No, it's like kind of awkward, like talking about the fighting, and also like fighting each other, something like that. We never talk about it.
And do you have a message for her right now in her healing?
Yeah, I want to say to Stamp to rest well, because there's a lot of people wants her to see fighting. So I think if she's injured and she's not fighting, I think the fans of One Championship will be sad. There's no more. I think she have to do a lot of TikTok, so people won't miss her so much. So I'm planning to visit her in her province when I come to Thailand after my fight.
Awesome. Well, a lot of fans, Philippines and beyond, have missed you. It's been a year, so great to have you back in there. Thanks for joining us, Denice Zamboanga.
Thanks, Denice. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.